All right, parents, so today we're going to talk about homeschool time management. All right, it's very, very important that you manage your time at homeschool, because if you don't, time can pass by. Next thing you know, bam, it's like 4 o'clock and not everything is done. So let's get started. All right, I'm going to give you some tips on what I do with my son Zakai for homeschool time management. So for one, we get up at 10:30. We start homeschool at 10:30, and the reason why is because I get off of work late. It's a perfect time for me and him to start. All right, now, but before I start at 10:30, what I do is I get myself ready first, right? I meditate, right? I get up, I meditate, brush my teeth, get ready. I get in there with him. So we start homeschool. We only do one class because for the most part, he's not really hungry. So he's hungry after his first session, which is ELA. So with ELA, he does it for about a good 40 minutes, and then we take a 15-minute break. We make sure that we do our homeschool time management, because that 15-minute break, we take it punctual. 15-minute break, boom, we back in it. Okay, the next subject we do is math. So we got math. We do math he do math for maybe sometimes 30 minutes, sometimes 45, and in some cases, depending upon what type of math he got, about an hour. Okay, but still, once again, 15-minute break. Okay, parents, I can't stress this enough. Make sure that you get your kid at least a 15-minute break. Please don't give them a 5-minute break. All right. For homeschool time management, you want to get them a 15-minute break. So now, bam, we back in it. Okay, science. He's knocking science out. I'm in there with him. Now, because he's in the 8th grade now, I don't really have to stand there with him. I check in on him. So he knocks science out. Next thing you know, he tells me 15-minute break again. All right? We real structured time management. Okay? That 15-minute break comes into effect. And next thing you know, we're back into it, and we do the last subject. He does his last subject for his homeschool time management, which is his history. Okay, and once he finishes his history, it's not even 15-minute break. It's PE. So he gets his PE. He gets to go outside. He gets to ride his bike. We go inside the garage. We do some exercises on the Bowflex. I have a Bowflex, and then even sometimes I have weights in the back. All right, parents, quick bulletin break. If you have any kids that are young, you got young kids, preschool, 1st grade, kindergarten, 2nd grade, 3rd grade, okay, and you need some help with certain things, okay, go to Zakai.fun, all right? Zakai.fun is me and my son's site, and with that, you got free stuff, okay? Well, I got the periodic table challenge. We have times tables. We have the multiplication, division. We have adding, subtracting. We have sight words from kindergarten all the way up into the 5th grade. We have a few other things that are on our site. And as we speak right now, I am building it, and I'm continuing to building it for you, the community. All right, so that's a place, a safe haven that you can go to, and you can have your kids, log on to there, and then they can do whatever they want to do. If they want to do times tables, adding, subtracting, multiplying, they want to do sight words, they can do sight words. They can do the periodic table challenge. I'm adding some more stuff. So parents, log on to Zakai.fun. I'll leave a link in the description below. All right, back to scheduled program. So we get back there and we do some weights, some exercise, some squats, some deadlifts. We do some bench press, something like that for PE, okay? And even in some cases, we even go to the park that's down the street, but I'll save all that for another video, okay? Back to the homeschool time management. So once he's finished with his PE, he's done. He's done with school, bottom line, boom. So, it's very, very simple. It's just that you got to make sure that you don't have any type of interruptions. And what I mean by that is like somebody call you, right? Somebody call you, be like, hey girl, how you doing? Oh, I'm doing, girl. Like, hold on. Go ahead. Wait, just wait. And then you talk to your friend or whatnot. No, you let your friends know. You let your relatives know. I'm homeschooling. Sorry, but it's gonna have to wait. until homeschool is over. Nothing is more important than you doing your homeschool when you're in homeschool, right? Another distractor that can distract is also your homeschool kid that might get a phone call or might get an internet call from their other friends. Hey, come on, hey, let's jump on Roblox. Let's jump on Fortnite. And Zakai, I'm doing my homeschool work. I'm sorry, I can't do it. So that's a distraction. So I've taught Zakai for his homeschool time management that what happens is if you decide to do that, let's just say he decides, okay, I'm gonna jump on for a minute. Man, that minute turned into an hour. And you know how it is with video games. With video games, 5 minutes is 30 minutes. Next thing you know, 30 minutes pass by. They feel like it's 5 minutes, but it's really not. It's a lot of time passed by. So I taught my son Zakai to make sure that you manage your time efficiently. When homeschool is in session, knock all that stuff out. And I explained to him, I said, the longer you take for homeschool, the less time you actually have to actually do free time. And he loves free time. Who doesn't love free time, right? The kids love free time. So that's what I tell them. And that's all goes all along with your homeschool time management. All right. No distractions. Okay. Because that's the number one killer of, homeschool time management is that you get distracted. Somebody knock on your door. Hey, this and that. Or you get those phone calls. You know what I mean? It's a big distraction. So, or the video games. Video games is a big distraction. So just make sure that when you're doing your homeschool, that all that stuff is blocked out. Okay, you block all that stuff out for when it's actually time to do that. You know what I mean? So that's a tip for you parents, homeschool parents. This is homeschool time management. And that should have been pretty good for you. Hopefully you can take that tip and use that for your own homeschooling. I can't stress this enough because this has happened before, okay, to me. Ain't nobody perfect, all right? So I'm gonna tell you, this has happened to me before, okay? To whereas I got a phone call, all right? It was my cousin, haven't seen him in a while, haven't heard from him in a while. He wanted to stop by my house. I'm like, wow, okay. All right, well, come through. We start talking and next thing you know, my son's homeschooling. I told him just go ahead, but it's some things he actually needed me on, so I had to be there. So he did not finish homeschool till an hour and a half later than what he actually finishes. So I could have told him, hey, you know what? Give me a second. Let me knock this homeschool out. If you're coming through, here's my address, and then just come through, right? And then boom, and, I get to see him. But distractions. The number one thing that will slow down your homeschooling and will affect homeschool time management is distractions. Is your homeschool child going downstairs, hey, I need a drink of water. Okay, they go downstairs, they go get some water. But next thing you know, you got the big screen TV over there on the right hand side, and they decide to just sit down and watch a little TV, watch some cartoons or something. And for about, 15, 20 minutes, next thing you know, bam, there goes the time management, okay? You want to stick to that time management because it's very, very effective when you do it, and everything goes smoothly. You won't be stressed, your kid won't be stressed, and everything just works out, all right? Hope that was a good tip for you for homeschool time management, for you homeschool moms, homeschool dads, homeschool parents, homeschool grandmothers, grandfathers, homeschool aunties and uncles. I hope that was a good tip for you. All right, don't forget to like, subscribe, do me a favor, tell a friend about me because I can definitely help them with their homeschooling. I've been homeschooling my son Zakai since he's been in the 3rd grade, okay? Remember I said he's in the 8th grade right now. He's going very, very strong. He's still a straight A student. He just got his report just now, all A's, okay? So I have a lot of knowledge for you, and I can teach you a bunch of stuff. If you're on the fence about anything, just watch my videos, and I'm pretty sure that will take care of it. I'm the Homeschool Dad. I will see you on the next video.